The damage on the battlefield that has become Charlie Sheen's life was absolutely remarkable today, following a radio rant that even by Charlie's standards set new lows for being manic and messy. Nobody was safe, not his boss, not the women in his life, not even Alcoholics Anonymous. Showbiz Tonight bringing you the latest breaking developments. Even CBS, which carries his hit TV show, can't take it anymore. CBS confirms today that it is canceling 2.5 Men for the rest of the season. But a defiant Charlie struck back today. He says he's going to show up for work next week anyway, which should be interesting if he ran into his boss, executive producer Chuck Lorre, because in his radio rant on the Alex Jones radio show, Charlie took his boss bashing to a whole new level.
I embarrassed him in front of his children and the world by healing at a pace that his unevolved mind cannot process. Okay, last I checked, Chaim, I've spent, I think, close to the last decade, I don't know, effortlessly and magically converting your tin cans into pure gold. And the gratitude I get is this charlatan chose not to do his job, which is to write.
I could not believe my ears when I heard Charlie's rant about Chuck Lorre. He unloaded on the guy. And today some are suggesting that the fact that Charlie went out of his way to use Chuck's Hebrew name could be taken as anti-Semitic. You've got to listen to this.
Let me just say this, that it's nothing this side of deplorable that a certain Chaim Levine, yeah, that's Chuck's real name, mistook this rock star for his own selfish exit strategy, bro.
Midwin, has Charlie lost his mind? He also called Chuck a contaminated little maggot in an open letter that he sent out.
Oh, he has lost his mind. But, Brooke, we all know that he's lost his mind a long time ago when he thinks or thought it was okay to attack and abuse women. Remember, this guy has a long history of abusing women. So, yes, he's definitely lost his mind. And this tape is indicative of someone who is clearly in denial and lashing out to everybody else and blaming everyone else for his problems other than himself.
I gotta say, I really think Charlie shot himself in the foot this time. He cost himself some big-time money, too. You know, he gets a reported $1.2 to $1.8 million per episode. And now that CBS put the kibosh on the remaining 4 episodes of 2.5 Men this season, Charlie could be out, look at that, more than $7 million. And this afternoon, Charlie was back on the radio, calling into Fox Sports' Loose Cannons radio show with Pat O'Brien. And when asked about what all the people who worked on the show with him, who are now out of a job, thought about it, what he thought about those people who are now suffering, listen to what Charlie said.
I say be patient, get focused. We are at war, and there are ways to deal with these clowns and take all their money. That's what I say.
Oh, him against the world. Midwin, he's totally ticked off his bosses. I can't imagine his coworkers are too happy with him right now. He's threatening to show up for work on Monday. I'm thinking nobody's really going to ever want to work with him anyway right now. Not in the state he's in.
Exactly. And what I thought was interesting is in that last piece of clip that you played, Brooke, it almost sounds as though he's interested or he's going to sue CBS and this head producer guy by saying, you know, there are ways to deal with it. But how dare he, after so many times that this show has been put on hiatus, for him to deal with his problems, all of a sudden he's kind of aligning himself with the people who worked for the show by saying, we are at war. I'm sure most of the people who work for the show are like, oh, no, Charlie, this is your war, and we are casualties.
And, you know, this rant really has a lot of people questioning whether Charlie is clean, whether he is sober. In his new interview this afternoon, he insisted he's fine. And on his rant on the Alex Jones radio show, he even attacked Alcoholics Anonymous. Listen.
This bootleg cult, arrogantly referred to as Alcoholics Anonymous, Alex supports a 5% success rate. My success rate is 100%. Debate me on AA right now. I have a disease, I cured it with my brain, with my mind. I'm cured. I'm done.
Just to add more to his rampage, he attacked all those party girls, all those porn stars who filled his house on that fateful night last month when he was sent to the emergency room in an ambulance. He tells Alex Jones, nope, he was not happy that they sold their stories to the media, sold them out. Listen.
I'm excited to get back to work, and not to completely discount what you just talked about. It's just if I bring up these turds, these little homunculus losers, there's no reason to then bring them back into the fold, because I have real fame. They have nothing. They have zero. They have that night, and I will forget about them as the last image of them exits my beautiful home, and they will get out there and they will sell me, and then they will lose.
Okay, nobody here thinks that Charlie should have called the radio show and ranted like he did. But Michael Billy, I do get his anger at those women for selling information about him to the press.
Let's say that he is off the booze right now. When you're off the booze, you're still a dry drunk, and a dry drunk is going to be addicted to something else, and that something else is creating craziness and creating friction. That's why he keeps calling these shows. He just wants to keep involved and keep creating this anger. The hype, the excitement of being in the media is his next new high. Let's explain it really simple. He's a baby, a child who hasn't gotten what he wants, and he's really angry about it and acting out and pointing fingers.